oh why do poor white people vote against themselves time and time again? They vote for Trump and the other MAGA politicians only to have every promise broken, prices go up, social supports evaporate.
Automotive shops in Pinellas County. This is what everybody's dealing with right now. Everybody in this industry has hardly no business or very few business.
It's getting rough now out there in rural America. The same towns that went all in for Trump, waving flags, wearing MAGA hats, and chanting "Make America Great Again" like it was the anthem of hope. But now, those same folks are crying out, saying the economy is crushing them, gas is up, groceries are ridiculous, farms are struggling, and the jobs that were supposed to come back still haven't shown up. The same people who believe Trump would save them from hard times are realizing he might have just made things even worse. Hey guys, so welcome back again to the YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I came across this on my FYP. Let me let them roll, then I'll come back with the commentary. Please do well to let me know what you all think in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch.
Here's why. First, remember what I talked about recently, the psychological wage of whiteness. That term was coined by W.E. Du Bois to describe poor white folks being paid with social status rather than decent living conditions. They're convinced by the elites that they're better than black folks, better than immigrants, Latinos, LGBTQ folks. They're convinced that being white puts them in the same league as the elites. Of course, the elites know otherwise, but the poor whites buy it because they're grasping at straws. Second, they are convinced that the people they're supposedly better than are the big threat in their lives. Not the rich, not the corporations or the politicians, but immigrants, black folks, welfare queens, LGBTQ, criminals, you know, the usual scapegoats. Third, the elites promise protection to poor white folks. A politician comes along and says, I'll keep those people in their place, or I'll kick them out, or I'll lock them up. Or, more politely, I'll defend your values. They don't say, I'll make your life better. Well, they say it, they just don't mean it. They'll say, I'll make sure they don't get ahead of you. Fourth, they vote for the punishment, not the policy. When a law gets passed that slashes public housing or school funding or food aid, they think, good, that'll stop those lazy freeloaders. And they do some mental gymnastics that make them believe it's worth losing those things for their own families in order to see those problematic black people and immigrants and so forth being punished. It gets to a point where just seeing those guys being punished is reward enough, which is pretty sick, but that's how behavior works. Their housing, schools, and groceries are on the chopping block too, but they blame that on Biden. Always a scapegoat. They get hit by the same policies they were told would punish the others, and they blame the wrong people. The system fails them, but they've been trained to blame the scapegoats, not the cause, which is the rich people, the people they voted for. So they think the problem is still those people, not the fact that they were personally manipulated by the people they voted for. They're basically saying, I'll take the hit as long as you don't help them, or worse, as long as you hurt them. That is the psychological wage Du Bois was talking about, the trade-off between material security for racial status. And that's a crying shame, folks.
It's important to note that a lot of rural voters backed Trump because he spoke their language, or at least that's what they thought. He told them he understood their pain, that the elite didn't care about them, and that he would fight for the forgotten men and women. It sounded good after the gate of job losses, factory closures, and small towns drying up. People wanted someone who made them feel seen. And for a while, Trump played that role perfectly. But now the reality check is hitting like a freight train. The economies not booming like they were promised. In fact, in many rural areas, it's collapsing. Farming families are getting buried under the debt. Fertilizers and feed, prices are through the roof. Gas and diesel costs are making it hard to even keep tractors running. And when these farmers look around for help, they realize no one is coming. The same politicians who promise to fix it all are too busy fighting over culture wars and cable news sound bite. And let's not forget the small town businesses. Remember when Trump said he was the businessman who will make America prosper again? Well, as the diners owners, the mechanic, the small town, shop owners, how that's working out for them now.
So first and foremost, Tara, America was never great. First of all, the country was built on the genocide of an entire population. Not a good start. Then it was built by slavery. Not a good look. That said, we had a lot of good qualities. We were learning, we were evolving, we were trying to do better. Can you name one instance where we were great? And don't say Trump, because the man's a serial cheater, a grifter, steals money from children's charity, his own children's cancer charities. He's a traitor. He's the least patriotic man I've ever met. He's a draft dodger. And he sure as fuck is the worst president the world has ever fucking seen. So I challenge you to tell me when America was great. The only reason we got into World War II is because of Pearl Harbor. We sat that out. So don't tell me you think we're great, because I bet you never even served in the military. What makes America fucking great? I can't wait to hear. Because racism and white supremacy is alive and thriving. Misogyny and subjugation of women is alive and thriving.
Hi, I live in the middle of a very red district of Midland, Texas, that voted about 80% for the Trumpster. Yes, and there used to be signs all over my neighborhood, Trump flags, even after the election. And today I can report that the last Trump flag in my neighborhood has come down, with the horrible state that the oil industry is in now. That's what my economy in my city goes on. They voted him in thinking that oil would be doing well. Instead, it's in the toilet, and people's grocery prices are high, and things are just stagnant in Midland, Texas. And it's all thanks to Trump, and people know it.
Tourism has slowed, costs are up, people are spending less. The tax cuts that were supposed to help small business owners end up helping the big corporations and the wealthy, while the little guys got scrapped. Now, those rural workers are realizing that the system didn't change, it just got dressed up in a red hat. What's really heartbreaking is hearing the regret in their voices. You will see interviews or posts online where they say things like, "This isn't what I voted for. I thought he would help people like me." They are not yelling as loud as before. They are not smiling at the rallies anymore. They are realizing they got used, their pain, their frustration, their pride, all turned into a campaign slogan. Many of these folks didn't vote for Trump because they were raised to the seas or hateful, like some people try to say. Most of them just wanted a better life. They wanted their towns to come back to life, their kids have decent jobs, and to not feel invisible. But instead of rebuilding their communities, they got policies that helped the rich and ignored everyone else. The trade wars hit farmers harder than anyone, and when the dust settles, they were the ones left holding the bag. And the craziest part, some of them are still trying to hold on to hope. Like maybe next time it will be different. But deep down, you can hear the disappointment, right? And anger and division doesn't feed families or pay the bills. It just gives people someone new to blame why the real problem never get fixed. In a lot of these rural towns, schools are unfounded, hospitals are closing, and young people are leaving because there's no opportunity left. That's not great again. That's just surviving. And when you talk, these voters now, some admit it straight up. They regret it. They thought they were voting for change, but they were voting for a show, a loud, dramatic performance that didn't actually improve their lives. Now, the cost of living is higher than ever. Groceries that used to be $50 are now 80. Rent and property taxes keep rising, and wages haven't kept up. Isn't this the make America great again? Is like the American dream is slipping further away, especially for those who thought it was finally coming back. People are tired, frustrated, and starting to see through the nose. Just maybe, right? That's not the silver lining. Maybe people are finally waking up because the truth is, rural America deserves better. They deserve real economic policies, real healthcare access, and reinvestment in their communities, not just another round of political promises that go nowhere. They don't need another politician screaming about who to hate. They need leaders who care about who's hungry, who's jobless, who's losing their land. So, yeah, the MAGA voters in rural towns are crying out now, saying this isn't what we voted for. They wanted a fighter, but they got a showman. They wanted result, but got excuses. And now they are just, paying the price. It's sad, but maybe it's a wake up call this country needed, because no matter how loud the slogans are, you can't make America great again by leaving half the country struggling to survive. At some point, the truth always catches up, and right now, that truth is hitting rural America hard, right in the wallet, and a lot of them are freaking out on the internet. Well, guys, I would love to hear your own take about today's video in the comments, right? What do you all think about the rural America people and everything that they voted for? Because it's as if a lot of them just love to vote against their own interests. Well, share your own take with me in the comment section, and please consider subscribing if you have not already. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. I look forward to seeing you all on my next. Please do well to like, subscribe, and share. See you all next time. Bye, guys.